Hi, Butz Bartolome from Franguru's Exchange. Let me tell you who I am. In 1993, my wife Lyndah and I started a company called GMB Franchise Developers. That company is supposed to help micro small entrepreneurs to realize what the benefit of franchising is all about, to expand their business and even go extensively in different parts of the country. And true enough, today we have so many brands that used to be not known and now known. Indeed, we have convinced a number of great entrepreneurs who are now very popular in their own right. Thus, our role continuously do what we want to achieve and elevate and uplift micro small entrepreneurs. I also published a book called Is Franchising for You, which won the Book of the Year in 2012. I write for ABS-CBN as business mentor every Saturday. Thus, I'm so thankful for giving this opportunity, Dr. Carl Balita, CBRC.TV, the team, for having this opportunity of having Franguru Exchange. A lot of things will be discussed and even invite successful franchisors to talk and share all the things they have underwent in their journey towards franchising. I'll see you. Our show is every Mondays from 6 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know and we'll... Hi, Butz Bartolome from Franguru's Exchange. Let me tell you who I am. In 1993, my wife Lyndah and I started a company called GMB Franchise Developers. That company is supposed to help micro small entrepreneurs to realize what the benefit of franchising is all about, to expand their business and even go extensively in different parts of the country. And true enough, today we have so many brands that used to be not known and now known. Indeed, we have convinced a number of great entrepreneurs who are now very popular in their own right. Thus, our role continuously do what we want to achieve and elevate and uplift micro small entrepreneurs. I also published a book called Is Franchising for You, which won the Book of the Year in 2012. I write for ABS-CBN as business mentor every Saturday. Thus, I'm so thankful for giving this opportunity, Dr. Carl Balita, CBRC.TV, the team, for having this opportunity of having Franguru Exchange. A lot of things will be discussed and even invite successful franchisors to talk and share all the things they have underwent in their journey towards franchising. I'll see you. Our show is every Mondays from 6 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know and we'll...
Hey guys, wake up, good morning, what's up? And this is such an opportunity time because my wife Lyndah is joining me for the first time after so many years. And really, this is a premiere showing, guys. And I'm so thankful to CBRC.TV team, the people behind the men and women, and also Dr. Carl Balita for giving us this opportunity called Franchise Exchange. Alam niyo mga kaibigan, very important ang pag-uusapan natin because we are going to talk about in this series, joys, the joyful exchange on franchising. Ang sinasabi nga natin, we all live to be joyful, di ba? And we all need to be happy, especially these days. And that's the reason why we were all born to this world, to be happy and not to be sad. And thus, Lyndah and I would be sharing for the next 30 minutes yung joyful exchange and inspiring stories. O Lyndah, ano naman, bigyan mo naman ng buwan ng mano yung mga audience natin. Sige, go.
Thank you, Sir Butz. And sabi nga ni Sir Butz, ito yung ayaw kong ginagawa. But for everyone, we will start this exchange. And let's talk naman about the joys and happiness that people derive from franchising in this time of pandemic. And in this time of problems, it's always good to look at things that are joyful and things that make us happy. And we would want to start this series of joyful exchange with a very, very, very inspiring story in franchising.
Yeah, but Lyndah, before we start, maraming nanonood na, hindi pa tayo nagsisimula. At gusto ko magpasalamat kay Rian Miranda who's watching all the way from Saudi Arabia, KSA. Si Yan, at si Ann Francisco, yan, kilala natin yan. At si Sunny, no, yung Ferinos, Frozen Bibingka. At si Mary Gauso, yan, the Queen of Rehab. Ayan, real estate yan. Isa yan sa mga nagsushow yan dito. And of course, sino pa ba naman? Si Mike Games. Pa-shout out daw, isang pinamalayan Mindoro, kababayan yan po ni Dr. Carl. Naku, ayan na. O sige, simulan na natin tong, sino ba itong unang-unang inspirasyon natin na gusto natin? Siguro we can ask now the team to share us the first slide. Yan. Nako, Lyndah, ikaw na mag-introduction dyan sa famous, popular celebrity. Yan.
This is the most talked about franchisor in the world. He has a book, and it's a very nice book. And ang suggestion ko, pag may copy din lang kayo makikita, baka pwede kayong bumili online. It's a very inspiring book of Ray Kroc, and it is his autobiography. There he talks about all his difficulties, his challenges, as well as his many happiness in starting McDonald's. So he always says that it's always grinding out. Tingnan nyo nga naman, Grinding Out is the title of his book. Can you imagine what happens? Di ba, Sir Butz, tingnan mo, pag karne yan, tapos you grind it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the number of products that you can get pag nag-grind na yung karne? So,
yeah.
it is what it says about the life of Ray Kroc. He has
Pero si Ray Kroc, ang very low-key ang buhay niya, but he's often called as the Danny DayDREAMER, di ba? Ano yung parating nananaginip, no? So he was always thinking and daydreaming of his future. So ayan, mga kaibigan, naku, si Richie Cuna is watching. Hi Richie.
Hi, Richie.
Kurimi, masarap talaga kurimi at saka yung gelato. Sabihin ko sa iyo, yung latest gelato niyan. Masarap yan. Sa susunod, dapat kami kumakain dito rin. At lalo-lalo na yung mga team na sa likod, kagaya ni Go to Believe. Last time, nasobrahan nata ako. But anyway, so yan mga kaibigan, hindi pala bawal managinip. Di ba? So Lyndah, di ba sinasabi niya? DayDREAMER. And
tawag sa kanya, Sir Butz, is Danny DayDREAMER kasi pag nasa bahay sila lahat, tatanungin siya ng tatay niya, anong ginagawa mo, Ray? Oh, you're daydreaming again. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya is Danny DayDREAMER. So, he was mula nung maliit siya, he was already working. He did not finish high school. Si Ray Kroc's education was only up to second year high school. And war broke out. So that was the end of his school days. During World War, he was in the ambulance. He was a driver in the ambulance.
Next slide, no?
There. He was a driver in the ambulance. And he met Walt Disney during that time. Pareha sila driver ng ambulansya nung World War.
Kalahin mo yan. Kalahin mo naman yan, di ba, Lyndah? Pinagtagpo ng tadhana ang dalawang magigiting na mga mayaman. Kagaya ng ating katukayo, si Armand Bengco. Aba, congratulations. Alam ko susunod ka. Hindi kami lalampas kasi alam ko feasibilities important yan, Armand, di ba? Okay, thank you, Armand. Okay. So naging ambulansya driver siya, you know? I mean, imagine that. Mahirap ata maging ambulansya, Lyndah, nung araw, no? World War
it was World War, and can you imaginein mo na lang, dami-dami mong dinadala sa ospital ng mga may sakit because it was war. So, but anyway, natapos yung World War, and si Ray Kroc never went back to school. He felt na masyado mabagal yung pace ng buhay ng pag-aaral. So he said, I'm going to do business. He did not do business. He started doing lemonade stands. Marami siyang ginagawang mga usual stuff that, you know, teenagers do. But when he was about to get married, sabi niya, he married actually early. Sabi ng tatay niya, hindi ka pwede mag-asawa hanggang wala kang hanap buhay. So, he went and applied and he was accepted as a salesman for Lily Cup.
Yan, next. Yan, maganda yan. O, kita mo nagsimula sa negosyong maliit, para bang si Kurimi, maliit na maliit, lumalaki. At yan, nagbenta ng cups. Yan, Lily Cups. So ano naman kinalaman ng Lily Cups dito? Dahil nagtrabaho siya, dahil gusto niya magkaroon ng mag-asawa, di ba? So anong ginawa niya doon, Lyndah?
For 10 years, Butz, si Ray Kroc was a salesman for Lily Cups. But he was really a salesperson and a marketing person by nature. Magaling siyang magbenta. So marami siyang nabentang Lily Cups hanggang ang pinakamalaki niyang nasarang client was Walgreens. You remember Walgreens?
Yung Walgreens.
Walgreens. Sila Sunny and Ann would remember Walgreens when you were in the States, di ba?
Si Richie, parati rin yan dyan sa Walgreens dahil iba-iba ang binibili niyan dyan sa Walgreens. Hanggang ngayon buhay pa, kita mo, Walgreens.
So that was his biggest, that was his biggest account. That was the biggest account of Ray Kroc. Until he saw a mixer.
Ayan, next. Yan. Next line. Next slide natin yan.
So he saw a mixer. Kasi dati ang mixer, single mixer lang siya. Ang nakita niya is multi-mixer, meaning sabay-sabay, I don't know how many, 6 yata yan or 8 na spindle.
Spindle. Yun yung may ikot-ikot, di ba? Oo.
Para gumawa ng shake, no? So, nung nakita niya yung multi-mixer, sabi niya sa sarili niya, this is a very good product. So, kinumbinsin niya yung may-ari ng Lily Cups na magsosyo naman tayo. Kasi wala akong pera para magtayo ng negosyo. So, nakipagsosyo siya sa may-ari ng Lily Cups ng 60%, siya 40%. Yung 60% ng Lily Cups was worth $6,000. So,
yung araw yun,
Yung araw yun.
Imagine, malaki rin ang pera yun. Okay.
Malaking pera yun at that particular point in time. So, si Ray continued to sell multi-mixer, pero nahirapan siyang magbenta ng multi-mixer kasi kung ikaw nga naman may-ari ng restaurant, ba't ako bibili ng isang unit na 6 or 7 spindles? Eh kung masira, tapos na yung paggawa ng milkshakes. Whereas kung solo-solo siya, di ba? Kung masira yung isa, meron ka pang isa. So that was the biggest obstacle of Ray Kroc in trying to sell the multi-mixer.
So, okay. So, he started with that, pero meron siyang failure. Ayan yung failure. Ano yung failure niya? Ano nangyari sa kanya ngayon?
Nahirapan siya sa partner. This was his first taste of having a business with a partner. First business with a partner. Oh, yung mga nagpa-partners, may mga partners, calling all businessmen, entrepreneurs na may partners. Pag-aralan natin ito.
Gandang aralin to, Lyndah, because hindi nakukuha sa maboboting usapan, di ba? Yung mga usapang partners, wag naman sa maboboting usapan, but sa mabubuting usapan, di ba? Yan. So even Ray Kroc had that kind of fallout, di ba? So failure is really a wake-up call, ha?
Yung mabubuting usapan, sabi mo nga, Butz, yung mabubuting usapan, naging sour deal. Kasi, dahil majority shareholder yung may-ari ng Lilikap, kinokontrol yung sweldo niya. Hanggang dito lang ang pwede mong sweldo. Kahit marami siyang negosyong pinapasok, hindi nila tinataasan yung sweldo niya. So nagalit si Ray Kroc. Up to that time, sabi niya, this will not do. I have to be out. I have to get out of this deal. Pumunta siya ngayon doon sa may-ari ng Lilikap. When he said, I want to buy you out because I want to establish my own company. Yung 6,000 na investment nila, ang hinihinging buyout was $68,000. Gano kalaki yung di ba, Butz? Tingnan mo naman yung difference, 6,000 and 68,000.
Oo. At that time, malaki yun. Sobra-sobra yun. Na pera yun. Oo.
So, at that time, sabi ni Ray Kroc, kung gusto kong mag-solo, and ito ang hinihingi ng partner, and this is my only way to get out and to have a business of my own. Ano na to? I have to take this and just pay 68,000. So nangutang siya hanggang sa sinangla niya yung bahay niya.
Wow.
He knew it was a
big
very
risk yun, ha? Big risk yun. Malaking risk na ginawa niya yun.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you imagine first time mo tapos ganun, alam mong dinadaya ka ng partners mo. Pero 'di ba ang entrepreneur kasi Butz ganun, 'di ba? Pag ang entrepreneur alam niya yung gusto niya, kahit alam niyang unfair, gagawin niya pa rin at gagawin, correct? May mga ganyang entrepreneurs correct?
Because may end goal siya May end goal siya. Hindi lang naman yung what is now present but what is the result of the end. 'Di ba? 'Yun ang importante doon.
So, para kay Ray Kroc, yung dinaanan niyang yon sa partnership was his foundation. He said, that was my foundation for me to be able to accomplish what I was able to accomplish in McDonald's.
Okay. So yun yung tinuruan siya ng magandang aralin. Kumbaga perseverance. Yan, no? Perseverance. He needed that kasi malaki yung financial burden niya, no? I mean, imagine mo 68,000 at that time. That's no joke. So yun ang isa sa mga perseverance, and he had to work double in future, Talagang gusto niyan talaga yan. So yan yung yun yung spindle, no? Yan yung spindle, no? Na pangmaramihan talaga, pangmadamihan. Okay.
Oh, this is pala one of the things that Ray Kroc was doing. Dahil nga ang daming problema niya. Una, hindi pag-anong malaki yung mga benta ng multi-mixer. Pangalawa, nasangla niya na yung bahay niya para mabili niya na yung company niya. So, he could not sleep. So he taught himself, meron siyang ginawang self-hypnosis. Ang self-hypnosis niya, ganitong ginagawa niya sa gabi. Sa gabi, pag natutulog yan, syempre, pag entrepreneur ka, ang dami-dami mong naiisip, di ba, hindi ka nakakatulog kasi iniisip mo lahat ng problema mo sa buhay, lahat ng mga babayaran, yung overhead, yung kung mga rentals, etc. So, si Ray Kroc had his own brand of self-hypnosis. Ang ginagawa niya sa gabi, pag naiisip niya lahat ng problema niya, iniisip niya na nakasulat lahat yung problema niya sa blackboard. May blackboard na lahat ng problema niya nakasulat.
So mental yung picture ng blackboard, di ba?
O mental
Okay.
yung picture kasi patulog na siya.
Oo.
And then all of a sudden, i-imagine niya na may isang kamay na lalabas. Can you imagine what he was trying to do? That hand would come out with a magic eraser.
Galing.
And would
Ang galing.
erase all the problems in the blackboard that was written. So, nakakatulog siya. Nakakatulog si Ray Kroc yung ginagawa niya yun. And you know, nung binabasa nga namin ni Butch yung libro, sabi namin, can you imagine, to us, there is someone that's stronger than any one of us who's there para alisin yung mga problema na hindi alisin, kundi tulungan tayo sa mga problema natin. So that was his brand of self-hypnosis. And he also realized that an entrepreneur cannot be crushed no matter how big the problems are.
Uy, yung ganda niyan. Alam mo, yan ang dapat pick upin ng mga nanonood sa atin. Na walang problema na malaki na pwede kang durugin. In other words, hindi ka pwede i-grind. Di ba? So, yan ang isa sa mga aralin na gusto natin i-exchange sa inyo. Yan. Di ba? So yung next slide, please. Yan. So, ano nangyari ngayon? Alam mo, si Ray Kroc pala, ang ganda ng storya nito, no? Ray Kroc became a franchisee ng McDonald's. Ha?
O, sandali. Tingnan mo muna ito, Sir Butz. Dito ka muna.
Yeah.
Dito ka muna sa San Bernardino.
Oo.
Si Ray Kroc, habang nagbibenta siya ng multi-mixer, sabi niya, ano ba itong klaseng restaurant na ito? Bakit ang ino-order 8 multi-mixer, as in 8 multi-mixer?
8 set yan. 8 set yan, di ba? 8. Oo.
Hirap nga siya magbenta ng isang peraso sa isang restaurant. Itong restaurant na ito, nag-order ng 8 multi-mixer. So, he left, he took a flight, and went to San Bernardino, California. Kasi taga Chicago si Ray Kroc. What did he see, Butz?
Well, ang dami niya nakita. Hindi? Alam mo, pinakita rin niya sa movie founder, yung bang excite siya dahil walang tao nung una. Alas 11 ng umaga yan. Pero later on in the morning, in the afternoon, dumami ang tao, dumami. So sabi niya, na-excite ata itong taong ito. Alam mo, ang entrepreneur, pag ganyan, nakakita ng opportunity, talagang na-excited siya, no? So, hindi siya makatulog. Finally, so sabi niya, I'm going to apply for a franchise. Yan, nag-franchise na siya. Nako, ang dami nanonood sa atin, ha? At ilang minuto na lang tayo, Lyndah. Nako, daming baka mabitin sila. Alam ko may part 2 ito, ha? At ito ay isang franchise exchange, okay? Manood kayo, ha? Mag-subscribe kayo. Dyan sa YouTube channel, dyan sa cbrc.tv YouTube at sa Facebook. Alam nyo kasi, ang storya na ginagawa natin ay unti-unti, kumbaga drip by drip. Bakit? Kasi sa franchise exchange ay Franguru exchange, ang sinasabi natin, gusto natin magkaroon ng palitan. So if you have questions, if you have you want to ask questions, you can chat with us, and later on para magkaroon tayo ng later on ng question and answers, no? At ang bait ng ating producer si Ma'am Algie, Sabi niya, sir, okay lang kung pwedeng hanggang 6:40 kayo. I'll extend ng 10 minutes. Huwag ka, alam ko, si Tukayo Arman, baka magalit sa atin, ha? So, Arman, buena mano muna, ha? Buena mano na.
Exciting kasi itong kwento ni Ray Kroc, eh.
Sige, tuloy na natin to. Yan.
Nung nakita niya yung tindahan, first day na nakita niya yung tindahan sa San Bernardino na ang haba ng pila. Nung gabi sabi niya, I will put McDonald's in many places in the US. Yun yung panaginip niya. Hanggang sa nag-apply siya ng license sa McDonald's. So, he became a franchisee of McDonald's. When he became a franchisee of McDonald's, he opened his first store in Chicago.
In Chicago. Okay.
In Chicago. So, he opened his store April 15.
So, yan ang nangyari. So, imagine, yan ang flyer niya. Yan ang flyer niya. McDonald's. Okay? Opening. Ganun lang. Simple lang siya. Bring the whole family. Tapos sinasabi niya plenty of free parking. Okay? So, yun yung kauna-unahan niyang journey to becoming an entrepreneur. So, ano nangyari?
However, hindi namin na-realize he became a franchisee. So, Ray Kroc was not the franchisor. Ray Kroc was a franchisee when he started his first store in Chicago. Doon niya na-realize kung papaano hindi siya nasuportahan. Ang laki ng frustration niya. He was so frustrated because the McDonald's brothers did not support him. In other words, the owners of San Bernardino, who were the franchisors and who were the owners, did not support him at all when he started his first store in Chicago. So now Ray Kroc had an experience of how is it for a franchisee to feel when the franchisor does not support. But despite that, Ray Kroc just said, sige na, I will continue my construction. I will continue my construction of my first store. And maganda yung benta ni Ray Kroc as the months went. But his first day sales was $322 yata. $322.16 was his first day sales. Mm-hmm. So he started with 300, unti-unting nag-increase yung benta niya. Now what happened was, he was not only a franchisee of the first store, but he had the rights to sell McDonald's franchise to the entire USA.
In other words, sa kanya yung buong Amerika, binigay sa kanya. Di ba ganon?
Ganon. Ang ano niya, yung tindahan niya, parang yung sinasabi natin parati sa franchising, mag-prototype ka muna. So yung Chicago niya was parang his prototype for his sub-licensing. So nung natapos niya na yung tindahan, he was already talking to people who can get the sub-franchise of McDonald's, only to realize that where his store is, where his office is, and where his house is located was signed off by the McDonald's brothers to another company. The rights for McDonald's was given by the McDonald's brothers to another company early on.
So in other words, hindi nagkaroon ng transparency. In other words,
hindi nagkaroon ng transparency.
Hindi nagsabi ng totohanan. Yan ang isa. investigate first before investing, di ba?
Wala,
Yan ang
gusto
nakita.
niya.
Oo.
So, nung na-realize niya yon, siyempre, galit na galit siya dun sa magkapatid na McDonald's. Sabi naman nung McDonald's brothers, basta hindi daw nila nasabi, etc. So, si Ray Kroc said, I have to talk to this party. Kinausap niya ngayon yung party na may-ari nung who were
May right doon sa area
right
na yun. Oo.
for the Cook area in Chicago. They paid pala the McDonald's brothers $5,000 years ago, before Ray Kroc got interested in McDonald's. You know what the company said? If you want the right to Cook County, you pay us $25,000. That's times 5.
Grabe yan.
So as usual, this is second time na. Yung una, from 6,000 to 68,000. Okay pa rin si Ray Kroc. This time, from 5,000 to 25,000, sabi ni Ray Kroc, sige na, I'll pay you. Naghanap siya ng naghanap ulit siya ng loan. Binayaran niya yung company para ma-sub-franchise na yung McDonald's sa Chicago area. So, the relationship between the franchisor and Ray Kroc as the franchisee started on the wrong note. And as the years went by, nahirapan na talaga si Ray Kroc na it was very difficult for him to deal with the McDonald's brothers. Next slide, please. This is the story of Ray Kroc.
Yan, yung April 15, 1955. Medyo 3 years old pa lang ako dyan siguro. Di ba? Baka may mga questions kayo dyan, ha? Yan, nagsasabi lang ako ng totoo. 3 years old pa lang ako dyan. Okay.
So, as the years went by, the partnership between the two got to be more difficult, and more difficult. Until in 1961, this was 1955, 1961, this was like 6-7 years after. Yeah. Sabi ni Ray Kroc, ayoko na, I want out. But he told himself, I still want McDonald's. I believe in McDonald's and I want the business concept of McDonald's. So he went to the McDonald's brothers and said, can I buy the trademark and the business system?
May tanong si Tukayo Armand, may wrongdoings din ba si Ray Kroc?
Marami rin.
Armand.
Ang wrongdoings niya, well, Ray, this is what happened. This is what happens in franchising. Because there was no longer support, what Ray Kroc was doing was, he was doing things on his own, knowing fully well, default na siya. Nagdi-default siya because hindi niya nga mahingi yung, okay, example, kailangan gumawa siya sa basement ng store niya. Ang tinawagan niya yung McDonald's brothers, ang sabi niya, I need to put a basement, which is not in the plan of McDonald's. Sabi ng McDonald's brothers, go ahead, just do your basement. By rule, like franchising, by rule, you cannot do anything without any written approval from the franchisor. So si Ray,
verbal ang binigay sa kanya.
Verbal, hindi niya inintay, gumawa siya. So marami siyang tinatanong marami din siyang hinihingi sa McDonald's brothers. His fault was just he continued to do what he thought was best without the written approval of the McDonald's brothers. So, but it was
medyo rough na yung kanilang relationship. In other words,
it was very rough.
Kumbaga pasaway na bawat isa pasaway, hindi ba? So, ganon, yun ang nangyari. So, finally, ano na nangyari diyan? Ano nangyari sa ganitong relationship? Yan.
He went to the brothers and said, I want to buy your trademark and your system. Sabi nung dalawang magkapatid, you can, for $2.7 million. That was in 1961. Sabi rin ni Ray Kroc, this is a very, very unreasonable price.
Yeah.
But the McDonald's brothers said, you take it or leave it. Can you show us the pictures of McDonald's? This is Richard Morris McDonald's.
Oh, by the way, si Richard McDonald, ito yung tumawag daw sa nung nabili nila ni Ray Kroc. Tumatawag daw siya at sinasabi raw, can I talk to Ray Kroc? Sabi raw ng operator, Menu's calling Richard McDonald. Are you kidding? Kasi meron silang Ronald McDonald. Di ba? So, binaba yung telepono. Ilang beses, sabi niya. Finally, kausap niya na si Ray Kroc. You know, it's so difficult because I don't own my name anymore. You know, that's Richard McDonald and Maurice McDonald. Ang laki naman ng grabe ang binili, no? 2.7 million in 1961. But if you notice, Ray Kroc does not budge or surrender. Binili niya ng 68,000, binili niya ng 25,000, ito naman 2.7,000. Ano yung character talaga ni Ray Kroc? Ray Kroc is persevering, di ba?
And he sees, you will notice entrepreneurs and, you know, for people, you know, for persons listening to this broadcast, it's from one to another. He started with Lily Cup. He started with a multi-mixer. The multi-mixer led him to the McDonald's brothers. He got to know the trademark, he got to know the business system, and was convinced that this is a very good system and this has a lot of potential. So at 2.7 million, he said, I am going to buy the trademark and the business system of McDonald's. They wanted 2.7. When he asked, why do you want 2.7 million? All they said was, Maurice and Richard will have 1 million each. The 700,000 will be for IRS, for taxes and all. So at the end of the day, the brothers will have 1 million. So Ray Kroc just said, okay, I will buy you out. So that was how Ray Kroc became the sole owner of McDonald's. Pero may caveat. Yung caveat, nung binenta nung magkapatid, yung 2.7 million, hindi kasama yung San Bernardino store. Yung pinakaunang nakita ni Ray Kroc, hindi kasama yung akala ni Ray Kroc kasama, yung pala hindi kasama. So, but because he already has the trademark and he owned the trademark, binaba nung magkapatid yung pangalan ng McDonald's. So it was given another name, and it existed only for a short time, and then they had to finally close the store.
So the lesson there, Lyndah, is actually the branding, no? Yung
yes,
branding
name. Pa rin.
Oo, kahit masarap yung hamburger mo at you know, but again, in summary, ito yung isa sa mga gusto namin before we wind up. Ay sinasabi namin talagang grinding out. Kasi ang philosophy ni McDonald's, ni Ray Kroc, ang sinasabi niya dito ay, sabi niya, work is the meat in the hamburger of life. Work. In other words, there is no instant gratification, no instant, kumbaga, instant noodle. Okay? So siguro sa ating pagsasara for this episode ay isang lesson niya, no, mga nanonood. Yung pagtitiis, no, meron ding kinabukasan, no? May kinabukasan 'yan. If you're a franchisor, you have to support, like isang lesson 'yan. And if you are having failures, stand up and really, like in this time of pandemic, kailangan natin talaga mag-bounce, di ba? Yan ang isa sa mga aralin sa McDonald's. Di ba, Lyndah?
Yeah. And it is an inspiring story because it shows us that this is Ray Kroc. We see the big McDonald's now, pero ito yung dinaanan ng may-ari. He's not superhuman. He's a human being like all of us. So next week we will try to discuss papaano niya, ano yung ginawa niya sa McDonald's kaya lumaki yung McDonald's. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
And
salamat.
Oo. So, isa yan sa mga lessons natin, no? So, dito sa Franchise Exchange, we want to teach you inspiring stories, no? Kasi, sabi sa akin na iba, anong gagawin mo sa Franchise Exchange? Mag-exchange gift pa tayo. Hindi. Exchange of thoughts, exchange of learnings, no? And again, maraming salamat. I hope you will now join us for next week. Next week, si Victor, may pahabol. Victor Divina Gracia, looking forward next year. Next week. So anyway, I hope you subscribe and also please, ang daming show dito sa CBRC TV at coming up right next, kung gusto mo ang pera mo ay lumago, ito ang Peaceabilities ni Tocayo Armand Benco. Again, maraming salamat. Again, ito po ang first time ni Lyndah mag-show. At ako naman ay sawang-sawa na rin mag-show. Kaya nga nagsabi kami ay tayong dalawa naman dahil sawa na ang mukha ng tao sa aking mukha. Okay, so let there be a husband and wife. And again, I always say, to God be glory, God is great, and never lose your faith because God is always with us. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat.
Amen to that. Bye.